concerns a subject which is so alien from anything that we understand in the West that it may stretch your skulls a little. I don't know. Because, of course, integration means that you get two aspects of yourself together and acknowledge them both as you, the conscious and the unconscious. The power of the ego and the power of anthropologism on the other side. And so in every art one realizes there comes a point where your will is exhausted. You've tried everything to make something work, and it won't work. And then to achieve the perfection of the art, something has to happen of itself, which we variously call grace, inspiration, or tariki. And the problem that everybody's always wanted to know is how to make that happen.
Hola. No tenía el micro configurado en OBS, es lo único que no he revisado. ¿Qué tal? Hello everyone, welcome in. It's been like 2 months. And I'm very sorry, but I was like very busy with exams, start of a new semester, everything. Just kind of there. But I'm back. I'm probably going to be back only on Saturdays though, but you know, each day we'll see, each week will be a new week. No sé hablar. Hello, la Yaya. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? No hace falta que me digas sexy en inglés, me lo puedes decir en español. Ay, joder, se siente bien volver, aunque no sé si voy a... No sé si voy a recordar las voces que le ponía a cada personaje. Madre mía. We're going to jump right into it after this music ends because it's a spooky month. Mes del spooky, como dirían por ahí. No sé si esto debería subirlo un poco más o... ¿puedes decirme si se escucha bien? Porque llevo como mucho sin tocar esto, entonces... Bueno, no sé si sigues ahí. Buah, es increíble. El bot de mi canal de Discord no está anunciando que estoy live. Ya lo he hecho yo. Vale. Pi. Well, if that's it, then we're going to just jump right into it. You're going to have to like give me a moment while I boot up the game. Hold up. Okay, let me get rid of this music. Looking for DLC. I don't have DLC. Pero, la Yaya, ¿se escucha bien el juego por encima de mi voz? Does it sound correct? Like, do you hear it well as my voice? Like, that's my main concern right now. So, I think we were defending our friend. Yeah, I think we were defending our friend in court. Right, we were interrogating... El juego no mucho. Un segundo. Just a minute. Oh, Dios mío, el bot de los demonios. O sea, de verdad. Hold up. Better? Natsume, probablemente. ¿Mejor? ¿Se escucha mejor? Lo he subido bastante, entonces probablemente se debe de oír mucho mejor. Bueno, voy a seguir jugando. Y voy a empezar desde el principio porque no me acuerdo de nada. A ver. As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good, and there was no one else about but the victim and the accused. I'm going to do the voices later, because this is like text that we already read back 2 months ago, so we all know what this text was already, clearly. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind, and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. Okay. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Those being a number of old books he'd just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seemed. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to, and we found the blog to arrest him. Let's see. So we have the local map. This is like where the incident happened. And we have like the names of the streets, which I'm going to guess that they're going to be important later on. So we have a receipt discovered in Mr. Natsume's... Natsume. Okay, you almost got it, Yaya. You almost got it right. Mr. Natsume's room for some books that he had purchased from a second-hand bookshop before the incident occurred. Your books, 20th of February, 4:45 p.m. 2 shillings tendered in receipt of the picture of Monsieur Lecoq, a meal for Gaboriau? Is this French? Canterbury Yearnings. Okay. File containing an overview of the case and details about the victim. She was found with a knife in her back and is currently in hospital, yet to regain consciousness. Young woman rendered unconscious following a stab wound to the back. Olive green, female, stout build, early 20s. Pavement of Briar Road. East side. Reporting officer Rowley Beat. The victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Other details are unknown. Apart from the single stab wound from the larger knife, no other signs of injury were observed. The assailant was seen running away. Estamos en el banca y no te escuchamos al 100%. No pasa nada, no os preocupéis. Nada, no os preocupéis. Ya me escucháis bien luego, si eso. Estoy resumiendo el caso, básicamente. The assailant was seen running away by the reporting officer and was successfully arrested the following day. A large but commonplace folding knife. Okay, so this is the victim's... Well, this was the weapon. Like, cut off at the tip, which is weird. Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spotted, Miss Susato. I wonder what could have happened to it. Yes. You don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you? Oh dear, I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful. Okay, is there like anything else that we can... No, it seems to be like a very common knife. And this is the photo with the 3 books. And the knife. Okay. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? If you're unable to sway the jury during this cross-examination, I'm afraid that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed? Yes, they are sure to find him guilty. So one way or another, I have to expose an undeniable inconsistency in the inspector's testimony. Okay, I'm going to just start pressing. It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Hold it!
A light fog, you say? Well, light for London. You could see the opposite side of the street for once. Not much further though. That light, is it? Around these parts, yes. Not something I would expect a Japanese fellow like yourself to know, of course. I've read that London is famous for its fog. But in my country, people usually imagine that gives the city a rather beautiful appearance. How quaint. Yes, well, it's not something as Londoners tend to romanticize, as I expect you can appreciate. I see. At this time of year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes you can't even see your own hand at the end of your arm. Indeed. Oh god, this voice was like the worst to do. Give me like a moment. Indeed, the other day I was very nearly trampled by horses before I could see the carriage. I don't know what voice this is. I'm so sorry, chat. Before I could see the carriage they were pulling. Ugh. Sato-san and I definitely remember to stop, look and listen. Should definitely remember to stop, look and listen. However, on the day that concerns us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. A fact no doubt lamented by the accused. The video was really good and there was no one else but the victim and the accused. Do we know that for certain? How are you able to state that with any certainty? Quite simply, my learned friend. Because that is what the witnesses to this crime have told us. Ah yes, Inspector Gregson mentioned the witnesses yesterday, didn't he? That's right. One of them is a policeman, I believe. From Scotland Yard. That is correct, ma'am. Then we must hear their testimony. The prosecution will of course call them to the stand, should it be necessary. But wait a minute. At 5 o'clock at 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of winter, it would have been dark already. No matter how light the fog might have been, no one could have seen. I'm aware of the situation on your tiny island in the east. And Japan is not that tiny, right? Like, it's certainly big, like, it's certainly almost as big as, or at least partially as big as Great Britain, right? Like, I don't know, I will have to like check a map or something, I don't know. But here in the capital city of Great Britain, all main roads are illuminated in night by gas streetlights. Ah! The prosecution believes that there would have been ample light by which to witness the crime. That isn't this like this fellow right here, Band 6? Isn't this like the definition of gay? Like if you open a dictionary and search for a photo of gay, you just get this man. Right, here in London for the first time in history, mankind has completely conquered the darkness. It means we really need to hear those witnesses' statements. If I could just get through the fog of this cross-examination, maybe we'll be able to. It seems the counsel for the defense is taking stock. Continue with your testimony, Inspector. The victim was stabbed from behind. Hold it! From behind, you say? That's right, as you can see from this print. Yes, quite so, Inspector. The handle of the weapon is clearly protruding from the victim's back. Did you say this poor woman, Miss Green, remains in a critical condition? Comatose, no less. The way he slapped the bench, yeah. Do you have like insane delay? O sea, tenéis un delay de 30 segundos por lo menos, por lo que me estás contando. I'm afraid... Oh, I forgot this voice. I'm afraid so, my lord, yes. He's being treated at Bard's. I was hopeful that she'd come around before the trial started so I could take a statement, but it wasn't to be. Yes, that is indeed a pity. It would have been most illuminating to hear the victim's own account of events. Luck is on your client's side, it seems. The slap. On the contrary, my client has been exceedingly unlucky. Your force of tone is seriously undermined by those disturbingly wide eyes, I'm afraid. Ugh. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor.
Hold it!
Mr. Natsume's belongings? I think you'll find it all there in the photographic print of the crime scene. Oh, sorry, Tat. I had to, burp. Yes, the 3 books on the floor. That's right, my lord. Second-hand books they were. Irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course. The accused could easily have carried all 3 books in one hand. Which means his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example. Very clever, isn't he? What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume had his hands full with his books. He's managed to close the one avenue of escape we may have had before we even knew it was there. You mean to say that the defendant was holding his belongings as he thrust the knife into the woman's back? That must be what happened, my lord. Yes. There's been a number of old books he just bought.
Hold it!
The defendant apparently visits a second-hand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, so I understand. A shop full of old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention. The block's room was stacked floor to ceiling with those musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. Ah, there it is. Yes. The closest second-hand bookshop to the accused's lodgings is this place here, Bourbon Books. A little place on the corner of Bear Road and Mearscombe Street. Mearscombe? How do you pronounce this word? As it happens, the accused is currently living in lodgings on the other side of Briar Road, at the opposite end. Which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Something like this. The local map's information has been updated. Okay. Yes, I concur with your I'm dying. Inspector, I'm dying. I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home from that particular shop. I think that what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance. It's not the same library. It's another one. Yes, I agree. The most important point that the inspector just made being the bookshop's name. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? What? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Maybe? Oh, well, you know. I mean, yes, it could be a very important clue. Very well. Not that I can see it being of any great significance. But please, revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector. Yes, sir, my lord. Whatever you say. The man be any more sardonic? He was on his way home from Bourbon Books. Which is wrong. If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson. What is it, sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. You're literally here. Like, you don't need to be anywhere else. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 second-hand books. You found that in the accused's room, did you? Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books. Your Books! I-O-R-E, I presume. Yes, my lord. So, Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books. Huh? What? Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop? Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Your Books is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that... Well, it's such a small place, I didn't think the accused would have known about it.
Objection!
But in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it.
Objection!
Yes, for what difference it makes. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis.
Objection!
I disagree. I mean, after all, I have the street map here. If that may be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. I love this soundtrack. Like the whole game just is pure charm. It's just a story. Pure of charm. This is like a visual novel 100%. There's like barely any investigation, which some people may like, some people may not. I've been loving it so far. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books. It may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true? My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is. But I do declare it may be a possibility. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said? Absolutely. It absolutely could be right. Inspector Gregson, where is this Your Books establishment? Obviously we looked into that. It turns out that Your Books is just here on the next corner of Meerstrom Street, going east. The local maps information has been updated in the court record. And there you have it, as you can clearly see now. Oh. Oh. This is like Pan 6 knows we fucked up, as like we literally got nowhere. And he knows it, and he's like super happy inside. My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown. The way you are not just a clown, you are the entire circus. The way he regales us with such witticisms. To your future career in the circus. You put that glass down now, but I'll put it down for you. Oh, Susato, calm down. We cannot hurt the the prosecutor. That would be bad. I didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here we go. If the accused was coming home from Your Books instead of Bourbon Books, there's no doubt he would still have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. I mean, he could have gone down instead of up, but, you know, no one thinks of that until I say so. Yes, thank you, Inspector. I still cannot speak properly. Help! Ugh. He's just sniffing the wine. He's like, oh, good wine. Allow me to reiterate for my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponese friend. Ouch. Wherever the man purchases his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. Ah! Damn, Naruhodo, are you okay? As I suspected, you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try. Well, yes, I've had enough of this now. Beg your pardon, I'm terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that? Mr. Naruhodo, we mustn't give up. What do you mean? The prosecution's assertion is correct. The members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. She's absolutely right. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. They claim Sasaki must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from your books, but... I'm going to save just in case. Yeah, because he could have gone down. The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked.
Objection!
Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that that route is what is commonly referred to as the long way around. Ah. 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 On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take the longer route home? Because the long route is our shortcut to victory. Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings, and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime. We need Agustín to solve the most optimal route. Buddy, te lo puedo hacer yo. Y te estoy diciendo que sí, la ruta más óptima es la que está diciendo iba a decir prosecutor. El señor este. Claramente es la más corta. But... yes, I've got it. Math. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home. I have already informed the court of the accuser's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection. Poor Natsume, he even forgot which street he walked. That's right. As I said, the bloke seemed to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home. I don't believe this! I thank you, my learned friend, and suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say your insightful jurors? But even if that is the case, the defense still... Oh no. Oh no. I agree with Lord 16. I gave this guy a voice, and I've changed his voice like 7 times across this playthrough. I agree with Lord 16. Wholeheartedly. And in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean we members of the jury are completely convinced now? No, not the jurors' time. Very well. In that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
Bruh. Bruh. What the fuck? It would appear the jury's leaning is animus. I don't know how to say this word. Unanimous, that's it. I remembered. To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave result. You serve... Van 6. My dude, I'm sorry to that you have to learn it through here, but the queen is dead. I'm sorry. You serve you serve the monarchs, I guess, and country admirably. The crown, yeah, you serve the crown. Mr. Naruhodo. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. They'll have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of those scales the other way. I have to turn this around. It's time to think of turning the chessboard around. Somehow. Not so fast, mister. Yeah, not so fast. We can still turn this chessboard around. I forgot to read. Fuck. Hold up. Those are the eyes of Cory, not yet willing to give up and die. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial. Rights of the defense written into antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquated if you will, but it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with summation examination. I like that it rhymes. It's like summation examination. You know? It flows, it rhymes. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his uncle's refusal to throw in his alley. Very well then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Tan. Judicial findings. The jurors' contentions. For pity's sake, the little Nipponese auditor already admitted it to himself, didn't he? If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why it can only have been the victim. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. Not in winter. Oh, the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? Oh, dreadful. I really don't care. Can't we just... I really don't care. My dude. Oh yeah, the music slaps. You are literally condemning someone. And you just say, I don't care. I've got work to be doing. This is like, perfect. Your books, yes. Nice job, that. But bourbon books? No, not worth a visit. I have the same voice as the jury, well, as the judge for some reason. Your number 5 moment, yeah. With only minor exceptions, the reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear. When the stabbing occurred, The only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, my voice. Sorry, chat. I need to like take my coat off because it's like way too hot in here. Ah, mejor. Mucho mejor. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Ugh. Why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for the defense? Mr. Merjodo, this is no time for grumbling. If we want to force the trial to continue... Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. Yes, my lord. I just need to keep this trial going somehow, whatever it takes. Come on, Ryunosuke. I know you can do it. Jury examination. Defense's rebuttal. Okay, let's see.
Objection!
Oh, no, sorry, that was like... I'm sorry, I forgot... I forgot how this works. I'm sorry.
Hold it!
I just wanted to test something. Yeah, this is like... I fucked up. This is my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was like... I was completely... That was my... Yeah. Okay, let's see. So, I want to press first, and then I want to pit them when there's like... something different. Okay.
Hold it!
Excuse me, but... Aren't you... Yes, that's right. I was in the witness stand myself just 2 days ago. Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face. Or the side of it, anyway. If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you? That's right. After the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. And it was all going swimmingly until you started fossicking around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute. Sorry? Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. You had me and that young hatter pegged as criminals. Oh, well, you know, water under the bridge. Now there's all sorts of rumors passing around, and the police have been badgering me non-stop. Okay, hey, I'm with friends, I can stay, have fun, bestie, enjoy lowering, thank you for the hydration, Blue Parrot, que te lo pases muy bien con tus amigos y que te vaya todo perfecto. Yo voy a abogar todo lo que pueda por ti. Agüita. If I could turn back the clock. Consume the life liquid. Yes, indeed. Well, anyway, I don't know what the hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now. I'm free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't. Thank goodness. Right. Maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind, given our awkward history. Oh dear. I wonder what's become of Mr. First now. If he said the woman in green perhaps before his eyes.
Hold it!
You're right that at the time of the incident, the defendant admits to having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. Well, quite. That's precisely my point. Clearly that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly that funny little Lebanese man with the disturbing moustache is the culprit. But let's not forget, madam, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward, honestly. Maybe the woman simply collapsed before his eyes. But if that's a lie as you are suggesting, do you not think he would have concocted something more credible? Oh, I really couldn't say. After all, you are... Or, wow, lady, you really became racist on the spot. Okay. Who's to say what goes through your funny little minds? Wow, okay. Racismo, vamos. Vamos, racismo. I could tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. Acabamos de presenciar racismo, damas y majaderos. I do declare that the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated that there was nobody else around. Surely the conclusion is obvious. No one else could possibly have committed this awful crime. Ugh. If no one else could have done it, the accused must be the man. Really, it couldn't be more simple. Your argument is compelling in its simplicity, I must admit. Oh my, you're too kind, my lord. It went well for her. The man would have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop.
Hold it!
But you can't deny that there are other routes to Mr. Natsume could have taken back from your books. Oh yes, like you drew on the map, you mean? What was it? Calabash Road or something? Precisely. But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not. Well, yes, that's true. At the moment, there's no proof that shows he did, is there? Well, yes, that's true as well. And as I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he? Dude, juror number 3 is just digging into us right now. Well, yes, that's annoyingly true. Winter nights are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you would want to get home as quickly as possible. Well, yes. Why is all this true? So really, the only thing that makes sense is that he went home along Briar Road. I'm supposed to be convincing you here. Yeah, not the other way around, Ryunosuke. Please do focus. I've given it a lot of thought, you know. I didn't just make up my mind on a whim that he did it. I mean, if there was some logical reason why he might have gone to the Calabash Road either way, it'd be different. Oh, I almost alt-tapped out of the game. I'd be happy to reconsider my position in that case. Honestly, I would. A reason why Seki-san might have taken the longer way home. Yes, a good reason. I don't imagine you will be able to sway this young man's opinion with that one. Oh, the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful.
Hold it!
Ryunosuke, can you like say something? Whatever is the matter, young man? You are the wife of Mr. Garideb, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsume his room. A master's wife? Where did you get your ideas? Yeah, we established that she doesn't want to be known as his wife. I'm the maid. The maid, you understand. Just keeping up that charade? Oh, this is going to be awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you had been selected for the jury in this trial, I mean. Well, I was told not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial, you see. It was in the letter I received. Instructions were very clear, so I'm afraid I had no choice. I see. Anyway, Mr. Natsume, the defendant, takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Yes, that's right. Although he's only been a little over a week now. In that time, surely you must have taken stock of his character. Does Mr. Natsume look like the kind of man who would commit a crime such as this? Oh my goodness me, yes, he's just the sort. No! What? Spending all his time in the dark and dingy room, sporting that unscrupulous mustache. What is... Do all people from this time period in Great Britain hate mustaches that much? Man never speaks. And don't get me started on those shifty eyes. All the neighbors are talking about him. I've heard them, you know. People think he must be building a bomb in there or something. No, I thought... Oh no, it's... No... No... Carrero, no... ¿Dónde te sentaste? Oh dear, poor Natsume. How could people say such things about him? He's just a harmless bookworm, nothing more. Well, you just called him a worm, so... Anyway, I'd better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. He's said enough damning things already. I really don't care. Yeah, this guy's like...
Hold it!
Immense life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. And that's on the line too, and so is my family's. I don't know what voice to give him. Ah. The likes of you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat. And neither do the wife and kids. Like... Maybe I will give him like this voice, like very deep grunge voice. I don't know. Oh, I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs doing. If you're late on the work's taken, it's tough. This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right and center. They're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's a hard slog from dawn till dusk, it is. So, you were out digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just around the corner from where it all happened. By that old bookshop wall. What? Another coincidence? That's right. Meerschaum Street it was. Meerschaum Street? On the map, Mr. Naruhodo, there are only 3 named streets. It's a very bad map. You're number 5. I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. What's the point in that? Can't we just get this business over with now? Please, sir. It's important. Good. Fine, I'll do it then.
Hold it!
So, if I understand correctly, you're a day laborer and you are doing the road maintenance that day? That's right. Like I said, you get a lot of burst gas and water pipes underground in the middle of winter. It's the only time of year fellows like me can actually make a few bob. And I'm missing out today. And when you say from dawn till dusk, well, the work has to be completed within the day, see? No coaches or pedestrians can pass while it's happening. I wonder if I could travel you, sir. Mark on this street map the exact location of the works you were carrying out. Give it here then. Let me have a look. Right, let's see. Here we are, Meerschaum Street. Yes, it was just here, like... It was a tiny dig, I can tell you. We had to get through all the drifts of snow and that had frozen solid. And at what sort of time did you finish the work? Well, we started in the morning and we can't have finished before gone 6, I would say. The snow had stopped coming down, but it was long past dark for sure. That means the roadwork was still going on when Miss Green was attacked at around 5 o'clock. Roadworks on Miscom Street, huh? It's a nice shop, we know. I want to see something. Is this updated? No, it's not updated. We probably have to pit them instead of presenting. We're going to just press the old guy. Sorry, folded you said? Fold what? No, what I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often? Ah, like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're talking about. And at what time did you visit your books on the day in question? Well, I was picking out books in there all afternoon, and it would have been just before 5 that I left. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. Just before 5, you say? Exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about the time? Oh yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget the day in a hurry. Not after the dreadful time I had. What do you mean? Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and donked my head. It's always worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. I really thought my number was up. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road? That's right. I live in Cornpipe, you see. Staying down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books. You're number 6. I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. Sorry, extremely sick? No, I'm quite alright now. Help. It sends a shiver down my spine to hear the members of the jury so convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt. But I can't help feeling that some of their opinions are rather subjective. I agree. It's the relevance of what some of them are saying that sends a shiver down my spine. Still, at least some of their assertions don't actually incriminate Mr. Natsume of anything. That's something. We must use that to our advantage, Mr. Naruhodo. Cunningly. Yes, you're right. Let's listen to yours again. Yeah, we need to pick the first two, and then maybe we can imply that the Olive Green, the victim, slipped on the ice on her own, and then someone stabbed her later on. Is that where this case is going to go? So I'm going to pit you against you.
Objection!
Those two statements are clearly at odds with one another. At odds, counsel? Explain yourself. Please, don't point. It wasn't me, I swear. Oh no, we traumatized the poor guy. What? I just want to get this done and dusted. Well, you're number 3. Oh, me, sir. What do you want? Your number 5's words just now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's been said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsume visited this bookshop to purchase a number of second-hand books. And on the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Mirscombe Street, making it impassable. Which means that the defendant's route home would not have taken him along Mirscombe Street, down Briar Road. Oh, yes, of course. What do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? We must have had a good 2 yards or more of the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. So the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings. Yes, I suppose he must have. I suppose that must be right, eh? You're number 3. You said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. But we see now that he had no choice. Yes! My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may. Yes! I don't think in all good conscience that I can say the man is guilty now. Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so that we can get to the bottom of what really happened. Oh, what about you, sir? Ah, who, me? Well, alright then. There's a hole in the prosecution's argument. It should be filled in. That's what I say. Okay, that's our first victory. Ooh. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. That was wonderful. Well, we have managed to change a couple of minds at least. It has strengthened our position somewhat. Yes, and will prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider their stance as well. They'll be asking themselves if their current leanings are really right or not. Now, if only we could just identify one more clue or discrepancy that would make them stop doubting Mr. Natsume. We might be able to tip the balance completely. Yes, that's exactly what we've got to do. And 6 is looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent, by whatever means we have at our disposal. Thank you, Counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. So it has to be like the eyes. Right.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reasoning. A flaw? What are you talking about, Counsel? Well, juror number 2, juror number 6. Oh my, whatever do you mean, sir? Oh, sorry. I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. It's not like I was loud or anything. There's at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books and purchased a number of second-hand titles. He then returned home on foot. But the man says he has no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we are well aware of all this. The poor young woman was stabbed, obviously.
Objection!
Can we really be sure of that, madam? Why? Whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard the juror number 6 account of what happened to him that day. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim, who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my! My goodness, you mean? That's right. I'm referring, of course, to hard of hearing juror number 6. What are you really suggesting? The person in the green overcoat whom the defendant saw collapse in front of it. Oh, okay. I didn't expect it to go this way. I didn't even notice the color of the men's coat. Where's the jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today? That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. Well, look at that. My goodness me. Sorry, you need a pee? And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell. On Calabash Road. Therefore, if the person who Mr. Natsume saw collapsing in front of him was, in fact, juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh my! You idiot, old man. If you hadn't been so daft as to be roaming out there, we would have bounced this off hours ago. But really, what were you thinking when you set up a befuddling coat? What did you say to me? Is it a crime for the elderly to walk the streets these days? Is it a crime to sleep over on the ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat, is it? Hold it, who said this? Ooh. My lord, I do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but... You'd like to change your leaning, I presume. I do declare that I would. I should like to call for a verdict of not guilty. Thank you. And I would too. What? Is it a crime to change your mind? Is it? Well? Have to go, see you later. No worries, ya, que te vaya todo perfecto. Un saludo para ti y para Damiancito, que creo que estás con él. Y nos veremos luego. Voy a beber en vuestro honor. Okay. Well, that summation examination has concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. The A's 2, the No's 4. So the No's have it. Not guilty, they say. Which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue.
Objection!
Ooh. He's been too silent. Would it seem churlish of me to drink from a hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection? Only to crush it in disgust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord 1-6? It seems I must retract my earlier remark. What do you mean? I mistakenly created these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful. Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer. Whatever do you mean?
Objection!
I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed. Stalwart's juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road, as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement which you had excavated, sir. That's right. It took me the whole day and they paid me a measly tuppence for it. Now, my dear Nipponese friend, tell me. Do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents? Well... If I'm honest, I don't have a clue now. I don't use the Imperial system. Oh no. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all. In other words, the distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor. Will you not agree, my stalwart friend? Me? Well, I can't say you're wrong, no. What? And did you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the site of your works? I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time. No coaches would have had a hope of passing anyway. We just turn any gentlefolk back when they come. Kids just jump right over us all the time. The accused is no gentleman, as far as I can see. I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meanderings around town. Ah! Is that true? Is it? The incontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene. There can be no doubt that on his way back to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume walked down Briar Road. Ugh. Crushed in a single sentence. And old man. Go on, man! You can talk! You say that around 5 o'clock on the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Pray, was there a suspicious looking Nipponese behind you at the time? Oh, can't say as I remember. You don't remember? How about a wager, my learned friend? You say it was this old man that the accused stole, but I would lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it. Ugh. No. Order! Order! Lord 16, explain yourself. My lord. If you have such a transient argument up your sleeve, why in the world did you not proffer it during the summation examination? I wanted to give this young foreign student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury is so readily swayed. Ugh. But my hospitality has its limits. And I'm very sleepy, hold up. Oh, sorry. And they have been reached, I feel. So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. What are you talking about? My lord. The prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand. Noted! Bailiff, bring forth the witnesses! Its next witnesses? Mr. Naruto, do you not remember? This is literally what we've been working towards. We've been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses to the incident. Yes, I remember. One of them being a Scotland Yard policeman, no less. I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. Alright. No matter who Bank 6 brings to the stand. No matter who Bank 6 brings to the stand as his witnesses. No matter what they say. I believe in Soseki-san. I know he's innocent. And I'll keep believing to the very end. Until this battle is over. Bro. These are kids. I know child labor is like very popular here. But... Bruh. What the fuck? Witnesses. Please state your names and occupation for the court. She's just choking him. Constable Rollybait, sir. Make the report on the street, sir. I don't know how to do a kid's voice. It's going to be difficult. Okay. And I'm Miss Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town. I'm sorry. I'm this young town hero's wife. You're literally kids. What the fuck? No, they looked way too childish for me. Like I know they're like. I mean, at least in size they seem tall enough, but like they seem way too young. What's the story here? Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day. No, it was your husband I was asking about. Seems tired. They are 23? What the fuck? A devoted London Bobby who witnessed the incident whilst walking down the street with his wife of a year, Patricia. The wife of Constable Rowley Beat. Rowley Beat? Why do I feel like this is like a pun that I'm not getting? Is the bit like Beetle? It's like, I don't know. Who is a witness to the incident? She's relatively recently married and fiercely proud of her policeman husband. No, Patricia, no. No, it was your husband I was talking about. He seems tired. Hardly surprising. Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat of is the most demanding work in the world. Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Indeed, apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge from some 20 miles a day, you know. They patrol boarding houses and pubs and collect taxes, survey the streets, check the meters are reading through, and they're responsible for keeping the streets clean and lighting and extinguishing our streetlights. There are a number of items on that list that don't sound much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't just be falling asleep on my feet. I would have collapsed long ago. But it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes of his beat. For the London Bobby is a man of honor. And a man of slumber. On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Mrs. Beat? That's right, sir. Isn't it, Rolly? First of all, Rolly Beat, nothing to report on the streets, What a great witness he's going to be. Bonk. Very good. I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. You will tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident. Yes, sir. After I go to sleep. Witness testimony. They don't seem like husband and wife, they seem like brothers. Like... Okay. It was our wedding anniversary, and Rolly was taking me for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor, and the other scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at the nearby police box. It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. Rolly and I both saw him as clear as day. I cannot keep this voice up, I need to drink. Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say. Oh dear. This policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsume at the scene. If their testimony is true, the alternative course of events that you established in the summation examination will be quashed. It's death knell, in fact, because that alternative was never viable in the first place. What an unfortunate bechancing! On your wedding anniversary too. Oh, I know. I still managed to go out for the evening with my men. I thank the Lord for that. Thus, the life of a London Bobby sounds very hard indeed. Indeed. However, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon. Then the cross-examination proceeded to be hours long. What do you mean by that? Sorry, Chad, I'm very sleepy, just like the witness. My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. They are testifying under oath that it was without doubt the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less. So you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. Except that the man is so tired that his wife has to do all the talking. Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense,
Commence the cross-examination, please.
Yes, my lord. Oh my god, I can finally stop doing voices. What the witnesses saw.
Hold it!
No time to change after work, you say. Are you also a member of the police, Miss Pitt? Oh no, certainly not. The job for stopping young men only. You mean children and the elderly can't even apply. So we can... yeah, this the pursue mechanic. Right. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can't you? I think Rolly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down to the ground, doesn't it, darling? I just noticed that they both have the matching scarves, and I love that for them. Oh my god. Wait, are the scarves connected as well?
Oh, what? Oh, I just finished my bit.
Matt and I were heading back to the station, so I was actually planning on getting challenged there. Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy. Oh no, Rolly. I much prefer you in uniform. Are we dealing... that is this a girl boss? And they don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy.
Kindly adhere to the point. You were going for a meal after you had finished your bit for the day, correct?
That's right, sir, yes. Although I was fit to drop, to be honest. I have to spend the whole day on my feet. Polishing is my life, so as long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and my crown to the end, because the queen is no longer, you know, the queen, but you get it. What's that now? My warrant card, sir. Proof that I'm a London copper. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it. To remind us to assault policemen of our sworn duty. Patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. So, and for such noble cause, I cover 20 miles every single day without... 20 miles, I don't know how long a mile is. And without a grumble. Because I know that the plodding of my boots is all Londoners need to hear to feel safe and secure. So, fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it then. But so, just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Miss B puts up with a lot being married to a Bobby like me. I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Oh, this is sickening. This is so sweet, it's making me gag. But good for them. Good for them. Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold. If a little over the top, perhaps.
And then, kindly describe what happened next.
Bum bum bum.
Hold it!
Two silhouettes? That's right. They were coming towards us, walking up a road in the opposite direction. There was a rather plump figure, followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. That does sound exactly like the victim I was picturing in this print, and like Mr. Natsume.
Ah, yes.
Unfortunately, it does. And you're certain that at the time there was nobody else nearby? Oh yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there are streetlights on Briar Road, you see. There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling? What? Ah, yes, that's right. Of course, there was a lot of fog on the ground. The Briar Road is dead straight and you could see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. Didn't see any... there's... Before sleep takes a firm hold, your answer please, Mr. Beat. Are you quite sure of what you've just said? Yes, sir. As a copper who spends all day every day keeping watch on the streets, I'd swear to it, sir. Ah, sure. As my love for Patricia is sore. Oh, Pat. Oh, really? Still maintaining there was no one else around other than the victim and the attacker. It's starting to seem that like that must be how it really happened. It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run. Well, that didn't stop Mr. Natsume, did it? Led the scene all too convincingly.
Thank you. I believe we have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now.
I'm going to stretch hold up. Okay.
What happened in the crucial moments that followed?
All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor, and the other scattered something before running off.
Hold it!
Scatter something? What do you mean by that?
Oh well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. And then we got closer. We realized what it was. Didn't we, darling?
Yes, that's right. It was some old books.
I see. I see. I cannot speak. Okay. Old books. Yeah.
Yes, sir. The culprit had dropped a number of them, all around where the victim lay on the pavement.
Indeed. It's clearly pictured in the photographic print.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh wow, we're doing some more racism today.
What in Japanese men did that? What did they did?
Hold it!
Let's not forget that it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker.
But we saw him. He was the man in the dock without question, sir.
The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, without mouth, the snub nose, everything. Any more insults you want to throw in?
That's right. He looked down at that poor defenseless woman with those terrifying intense eyes. Then suddenly threw his books onto the pavement and ran away.
I see. This is tough. They seem as though they are telling the truth here. May I remind the court that this unambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife. No, please. Continue.
Yes, sir.
I cannot speak. Okay.
Hold it!
Was it your husband who went to fetch help?
No, I went. I mean to be a police officer myself. I am the proud wife of one, after all. Isn't that right, my darling?
Yes, that's right, sir. I asked Miss B to go. I was off duty by that point. I'm obviously never truly off duty, of course, though I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene. Very laudable, Mr. Beat. Serving the scene of a crime is a task of considerable importance.
That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told her where to find the right police box.
Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box?
Depends on the crime's location, you see, as to who deals with it.
Where the woman was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat.
I told Patricia the way to the police box for the beat for the incident fell under, so she could go and report it. I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the bobby on duty. Nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know.
And thanks to your swift response, the case was quickly resolved. The actions of two model citizens.
Oh, please, you're making us blush. Isn't he, darling?
Lady, you are going to strangle your husband to death.
Yes, sir. What Patricia said, sir.
Let's move on, shall we?
Oh boy.
Hold it!
But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas street lamps, would you? Oh,
Absolutely good. Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know.
right.
Light from the street lamps was more than enough. My husband already told you that the fog was only light, didn't he?
Yes, and what of the fog? We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. It's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live with it, of course.
Oh, it is, it is. It's thick. You can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm.
Yes, alright, I take your point. Now, could you stop shaking your husband about?
The constant fog makes her eyes very sharp, you see. That's why we can tell for sure. That's why we can tell you for sure and certain that it was that little Japanese man we saw. Can't we, darling?
Yes, sir.
It was the accused, no mistake.
Mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the toad mouth, the snub and us. Mistakeably, sir.
My voice is going deaf. I'm sorry. As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. It was Soseki and Lisa running away from the scene of the crime. That's it? So that's it, is it? That's their entire testimony?
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Hey, Rescue! Yes, I am live. I am alive. I have become live. Let me drink some water to you coming in here. I am doing very silly voices, so I am extremely sorry for that. But yeah, welcome in, Rescue. How's your day been? How are you doing? Right now we are defending a Mr. Natsume in London. Yeah, we're in London because stuff happened and we came here to study lawyerism. So now we're interrogating a cop and his wife, and it's going very bad for us right now. Yes, I have become live. Hydration celebration. Today's been well. I woke up a bit late, I'm going to be honest, but I slept very well. And then I went swimming because it's been like 2 weeks since I last went. Not 2 weeks, I went the other Wednesday. But it's been a long time and it's been fun going back to swimming because I need to exercise, like my only way of exercise possible. Then I passed by some Dunkin' Donuts, I got some for dessert. And then I got home, I studied a bit, and now I'm doing a stream, so I think it was a good day after all, overall. But yeah, it's been like 2 months since I last streamed, so I'm very rusty, my throat hurts just from speaking. So yeah, I'm going to try my best to keep up the talking. Spain Dunkin' Donuts, they're literally just Dunkin' Donuts. They're not special. I think I bought the Kit Kat ones, and they have like a little Kit Kat on top, and they're filled with chocolate on the inside. They were very good. But I don't want to eat anymore in like 3 years because they are so filling. They left me like I cannot eat anything anymore in like 3 years. They're like they made me very full. But no, it was very fun. It was a chore walking home like It was like a long way walking home with the box of donuts on one hand. Yeah, they really fill you up real nice, and it was like dessert. So I had eaten this huge plate of macaroni first, and then I had to eat this. I was like, oh no. But I managed to do it. I did it, chat. I ate the Dunkin'. But I'm glad to see that you're doing well, that you're doing good as well, Raichu. Well, I hate to admit, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Beat saw what they saw. Wait, saw what they say they saw. Oh, my tongue. Mr. Natsume running away from the scene on Briar Road that day.
Yes, I feel the same.
So if that's true, where does it leave us?
The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony.
Oh no. Ryunosuke, you're like the lawyer here, you should know this. Yet what do we do?
If Kazuma-sama were here,
Oh yeah, Kazuma-sama is like our best friend from childhood. He died in like the second case of this game, and now we're taking his job of being the lawyer. And yes, they were roommates and they were very gay together. I can confirm that they were, and we are even carrying his sword, which is, and I quote the game, the sword is his soul. So that's very gay. Let's continue. What are you trying to say?
I think he would try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony.
What do you mean somewhere else?
The statement about seeing Mr. Natsume is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you could identify some other part of their testimony which appears to contradict the facts, you might be able to discredit them, to make the jury doubt that if the pair's memory of the day is accurate.
Oh, right.
Put simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in these statements somewhere. If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable
I cannot speak.
unfavorable conclusion. There we go.
Ugh, why do I always seem to be so up against it?
Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something?
Oh, yes, of course. What is it?
Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so...
So, yeah, this is like the copper. And he's like not doing so hot right now. This is his wife. And I think their scarves are like united for some reason. I don't know why. Ace Attorney is like this all the time. What are you doing with your husband, ma'am? Ma'am, please put your husband down.
It seems like you don't believe her testimony. Is that right? Is it? Well, what with it?
What? No. Oh no, it's really not that at all.
My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw. I remember every last detail, everything, like... Oh, I know. What about the books the man dropped? I could tell you the names of every single one, I could. Every single one.
Ma'am, please stop choking your husband to death. He's like not doing so hot right now.
I dare to question how reliable my testimony is.
That will do, Miss Beat.
No, it won't do at all. The Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. And if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think for a minute that Rolly will.
Ma'am, your husband is like knocked out completely. I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please put your husband's feet down.
Perhaps you would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Miss Beat. Like that. Appease you. I cannot speak with this voice. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you, my lord. I would settle things nicely. Isn't it, darling?
He's like dead. I think this guy is dead.
Now can you tell you the names of the 4 books he dropped at the scene?
Wait, 4?
Hold it!
4 books.
Yes, we know that there were books dropped at the scene of the crime, as you say.
Oh yeah, this is like the definition of gay. Like this whole man, gay. I can say for certain. Just look at him. He's like so extra. Those purchased by the accused at the nearby second-hand bookshop on the day in question.
After I had been to the police box for help, I decided to look over the area for good measure. I'm a policeman's wife, after all. Need for Rolly.
Every time she brings up that she's a policeman's wife, I'm like, oh, okay.
And what was your husband doing at the time?
Oh, he was lying face down in the snow.
bro, are you okay? It's like, no. Like that meme where like, are you okay? And then the other person is like laying on the ground.
Yes, I'm well deserved rest. You work ever so hard, you know. Ever so hard. Don't you, my darling?
Interesting way of guarding the scene of the crime. Well, Miss Beat, seeing as you've regaled the court with tales of your powers of recollection, would you be so kind as to recount the titles of the books you observed at the scene?
I'd be happy to. Now, are you all listening? There was a picture of Monsieur somebody or other, and Sid Jennings.
Oh my god, you don't even remember their names. Lady!
And there was meal for someone. And the last one was definitely the thing gummy something.
The picture of Monsieur Lecoq.
A meal for Gaborio, February Yearnings.
So, the Thingami something, this one seems to be like the odd one.
See,
Yes, I see that there are 1 or 2 holes in your memory.
oh well, they were along those lines, I'm quite sure.
There were indeed books found at the scene with titles along those lines, as you put it.
Well, what did I tell you? Oh, I think it's very mean the way you've been implying that my testimony can't be trusted. Don't you agree, darling?
These very high-pitched voices. Bro, what the... Please put your gun down. So are we blaming kids for crimes again? Hi, Empirical Woodland. Hello, welcome in. Happy birthday to you, everyone. It's Empirical Woodland's birthday. Happy birthday again. Yeah, these are not kids. I thought that as well. These are a married couple. Yes, I know. But according to this, the guy is like 23 and the girl is like 21. I know, they look like kids. They're literally kids.
I was upset my Patricia will have me to answer to.
Oh no. Sir, please put down your gun. Yeah, 21 in like very high quotes. Terrifying.
Yes, she really is. That's it, is it?
Yeah, we're already read off this. Yeah, we already went through all of this earlier on. Okay, so let's present the book list.
Objection!
Japanese is like 12 but had to be aged up for the translation. Really? Are you kidding? Wait, but like the key here is that the guy is working as a cop and that they are married. Please tell me that this is like false. Please. So, you are saying that there were 4 books?
That's right. I remember all of them. A picture of Monsieur somebody, what's it earnings, meal for someone, and I think I missed something.
I have no clue. Just sounds like something Japan would do. Yeah, but like the whole characteristic of these characters is like one is a copper. So he's like he told her his wife, quote unquote wife, where to go to denounce the crime. So I want to believe that they're not underage because Jesus Christ, that would be, ugh, that would not be good. I'm sorry, Miss Beate. Beate? How do you pronounce that? But there is a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours.
Oh no! What flaw?
Simply that, at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4.
What?
This is the receipt from the bookshop where the defendant bought his books.
Your books.
Yes, and it details Mr. Natsume's purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed.
Only 3. No, that can't be. I remember seeing them. There were 4 books, I tell you. 4 dirty old books.
Oh really? Have a good look at this photographic print of the scene of the crime. As you can clearly see from this evidence as well, there are only 3 books.
I don't believe it.
Please stop choking your husband.
I saw them there, I swear it. I saw them.
No, madam. I'm afraid your powers of observation cannot be relied upon. We cannot be denied. Probably beat without the E as a policeman's route or Irish called his beat. Yeah, we heard the word beat earlier, so I was thinking that it was beat as well. That though you say it was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken.
Oh no. Oh no, no!
This is sad. Her husband just died. Yada dase. It's plainly evident that it is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my learned Nipponese friend. They are going to tell us that the book is in the other side of the picture, aren't they? What? What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running from the scene. The fact that you know very well you have no hope of disproving. Ah! Though you've striven to avert attention from that by dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair? Ugh. He sees right through me. But your plan has somewhat recoiled against you. What are you talking about? It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. The policeman's wife, and her entirely accurate testimony, in every respect. Hold up. I need to like something. Yeah, but there's like only 3 books listed here. Even if there was a 4th book and she saw it, it couldn't have come from him. Like that's the main thing here. You see, the matter is not up for debate. In Umbrella Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found.
Objection!
But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books. Quite right. Only 3 can be seen. In that print. That print? You mean to say... Fan 6, please. Stop. Stop throwing chalices into the candeliers. Like they could begin a fire that we don't know. We do not want that. Please stop. Allow me to present another, one that shows the victim's hand. Oh, so it came from the lion's pride. I don't believe it. It's the fourth book. As you will observe, the fourth book was hidden from view in the original print by the victim's torso. No. No! Oh. No. No! Libel, no, no, why would you type that? But welcome in. Why would you type that? Why would people think that? Anything? No, that's not comedy. That's just bad. Welcome in, Libel. Thank you for the sub. Thank you so much for the sub. I'm sorry I cannot hear the sound, but I hope it went off. Welcome in, Libel. How are you doing? And thank you for subscribing again.
Order! Order!
Here, you see. Look at that. Look.
Yes. Speak Spanish. Okay, chat, I'm going to speak Spanish for like 5 minutes. In 3, 2, 1. Buenas tardes. Buenas noches, en verdad. Para mí es de noche, pero para el otro lado del mundo es de tarde. Estoy triste. Está fallando la refrigeración líquida, así que la cambiaré. Ah, amigo. Uf, espero que te vaya todo bien. O sea, tipo, que no esté rota ni nada. Y que se pueda arreglar fácilmente.
Es justo como lo dije. Es así, querido mío.
Señor, sí, señor. Patricia siempre tiene razón, señor.
Estudiemos el recibo para que de los libros comprados por el acusado en el día del que estamos discutiendo. Es mejor comprar una nueva y cambiarla. Vale, ok. Señorita Bit, los títulos otra vez, por favor.
Oh, sí, por supuesto. La imagen del señor Sam, no sé quién.
La imagen de Monsieur Lecoq.
No sé qué, no sé cuántas.
Que no sé cómo traducir Yearnings. ¿Deseos, quizás?
Los deseos de no sé quién.
Los deseos de Canterbury.
Una comida para alguien.
Una comida para Gaboriu, en verdad. Como la corte acaba de escuchar, los testigos recuerdan los títulos de los libros sin ningún lugar de duda. Sí, tipo, perfectamente. Recuerda que los sombreros de brujas son lo mejor. Sí, lo sé. Excepto por unos pequeños detalles. La señorita... Los poderes de la memoria de la señorita Bit solamente puede ser descrita como excepcional.
Antes de eso, Rolly, este caballero me ha dicho cosas bonitas.
¿Complementado en español existe? Ahora mismo no lo sé. No sé si existe el español, siquiera. ¿Qué idioma no existe?
Señor, sí, señor. Sin ningún tipo de fallo, señor. Patricia no tiene ningún tipo de fallo.
Pero solamente hay 3 libros en el recibo. Y la señorita Bit ha mencionado 4. No hay nada sorprendente sobre eso. Claramente el cuarto libro, el cual es enseñado en esta foto.
Lo siento mucho, consejero, pero ¿eso no parece un poco raro? Porque el cuarto libro debería ser omitido del recibo.
No es nada raro, mi señor. Como la foto claramente muestra, el cuarto libro fue encontrado en las manos de la víctima. En otras palabras, pertenece a la víctima. ¿La víctima estaba sujetando su propio libro?
Me pregunto, ¿qué le ocurrió al cuarto libro?
Obviamente, no fue sobrevisto. ¿Cómo se dice esto? no fue ignorado en la investigación por los oficiales investigadores de Scotland Yard. Lo tengo aquí como prueba. ¿Cómo es submit? Ah, por favor.
Sentarás eso y la foto recientemente sentada a la corte, por favor, consejero.
Será mi honor. Bueno, mi placer, sí, pero. Es decir, será mi placer no se dice en español. Sería mi orgullo, sería mi honor, por ejemplo. Mi señor. La segunda foto de la escena del crimen ha sido añadida. El cuarto libro ha sido añadido. Buah. La persecución. Es que. ¿Persecución es en español? No lo sé. Yo no sé cómo funciona en español, gente. Lo siento mucho. Ok, we're back to English. The prosecution rests. Okay, I want to investigate this first. Hold up. Like, why is this like it's been like burnt off or been like dumped? Yeah, look, it's been burned.
Oh, look at this. The book has been badly burned.
You're right. You'll never be able to read it in this state. Especially not the latter pages.
What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently.
Book.
Only damaged by fire.
Why does that seem to raise a red flag with me? The fourth book's information has been updated in the court record. The Lion's Pride.
Let me see. It's a book entitled The Lion's Pride.
I'm afraid I don't know any English literature at all. So it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute. Lion's Pride? That's strange. I think I have heard of a book by that name before. Very recently too.
The title I recognize to Mr. Naruhodo.
I think this is like the book that we were talking about with Sholmes. Maybe, perhaps. I don't really remember. It's been like 2 months, I'm sorry. I have nothing further to add. What? You seem surprised, my learned friend. Sorry, I'm like cleaning my glasses because they're like very dirty right now. And I cannot see. Ah, there we go. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious longer route to the accused's lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination. And the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination. Futile? I walked right into this, didn't I?
You see, everything we've said is true. And that's right, my darling.
Yes, Pat. Marry me, Pat.
What? Wait, aren't you all like already married? So, perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider their positions. Should the court waste any more time on this Nipponese travesty? Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already? You have heard all of the witnesses and seen all of the evidence. This trial has run its course.
Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid we're in a terribly precarious position.
I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, it could very well make matters just much worse.
Think, Ryunosuke, think. What do you do now? Oh boy. I'm going to save, just in case. Okay, chat, what do we do? I mean, obviously we should raise an... Wait, no, this is not what I wanted to do. Obviously we should like raise an objection. I think, but... Hmm. Let's raise an objection.
Objection!
I'm not done yet. No, my learned friend. It's over. I have the high ground. That last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast. There is no more room for debate. Well, it might be over as far as you are concerned, but... I can't think of what to say. The shot is silently judging us right now.
If I may, Lord Van Six. It seems somewhat glorious to close down the debate at this point.
Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed. For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene at a moment like this.
Oh,
I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. You will have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential, and her opinions invaluable.
Tenargodo.
One of this land's great grading principles is tolerance.
We're... did we... I mean, like, 30 minutes ago we were literally doing racism in courtroom. But sure, go ahead, Judge, just... Yeah, sure.
Oh, the court will hear you, madam.
Go ahead, Mrs. Soto, please. Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further?
Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished.
I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you?
Mr. Nergodo, what do you think? It's possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof that we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. But we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible.
Yes, I understand. And thank you, Mrs. Soto. This is it. Mrs. Soto-san has managed to win us one last chance here. I can't let it go to waste. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord. Okay. Man, I think maybe the fire has to do something with... But like, I don't remember what the fire was about. It's been 2 months, game, please. Throw me a bone here.
Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers a profound insight into this case, and has hitherto been overlooked.
So, first of all, the knife has like the tip. completely slit and like you can see here like the tip has been broken off. And we like never talked about the weapon. I'm going to say that it's the book. Because that's like the logical narrative thing to do right now, I think. But it's more likely than that it's going to be the knife.
Take that!
The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. Fourth book, found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
We have already discussed the fourth book at length, other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident. No significance has been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further will be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know.
Yes, I'm afraid, Counsel, I must concur with the prosecution on this matter. I afforded you this opportunity. We led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue.
What is that emote? Is that like a fall guy trapped in jail bar? Oh god.
So I must insist you elaborate, Counsel. We will identify this clue at once. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, yes, my lord. It's,
Mr. Naruhodo, I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence. Which means you may very well be on the right track.
yes, I think you might be right.
No, Counsel. Certainly, where is the vital clue to this case?
Clearly, here.
Got it!
I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question.
The back? Under you? Good gracious! It's been burned to a crisp.
So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim collecting what is clearly an unreadable book? It is undeniably an extremely natural thing for her to have been doing.
Objection!
Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my Nipponese friend? Oh. Were to concede the point. If it bears no relation to the case, then there is nothing to discuss. So, should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day? Pray, do enlighten us. What truth does this charred book hide? A charred book. There's one possibility here. I can't quite bring myself to rule out. What is it, chat? I don't know because I forgot. Judge, I forgot. I'm sorry. It's been 2 months. It's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. Alright, I'll explain my theory.
Don't keep us waiting any longer then, Counsel. Explain this theory of yours. What are you suggesting that you can ascertain from the fire damage to this sorry tomb has suffered?
Of that sold it, its owner, its content. It must be the shop. Pues verdad que menos de un mes para poder meter por el culo el Persona 5 Royal. Uf, sí. My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling clue about the shop from which it was purchased.
What on earth do you mean?
To have sold a half-burnt and unreadable book in such as this we can be quite sure. The establishment it came from is a okay, we failed.
Indeed.
That's right. A terrible one.
A valid conclusion. Oh good, everyone seems to agree. I am onto something here.
If I may, Mr. Naruhodo, I most certainly cannot agree.
No, you're right. I am going to load because I do not want to be... Okay, so it must be the owner? Like, do we hear something about... The burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth. Oh god, this is the thing. What on earth do you mean? Yeah. Yeah, but this is like the same. Yeah, well, we're just going to pretend that this didn't happen. And go back. I was right the second time and then I just went for the content for some reason. My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the book's owner.
I beg your pardon.
But we already know who the book belongs to. Victim was gripping it with her hands as she fell to the floor after all. Obviously hers.
You already bought Pokemon Españita? Nice. I will buy it when it comes out. I'm not in any rush to pre-order it. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand has yet to be answered. However, the questions of who the book really belongs to and where it originated. The defense. Very credible answers.
Good gracious. How can you possibly?
Very well. I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, members of the jury may very well burn you if your little gamble goes awry. Dun dun dun.
Also, the defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial.
Oh wait, was there like a fire in Gary Depp's house? I think there was. It must be Gary Depp, right?
Take that!
The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. A certain Mr. and Mrs. Gary Depp. The landlords. And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence, some kind of fate at work, I don't know. But all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today, is none other than Miss Gary Depp herself.
Oh my goodness. Me? I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Gary Depp's wife. I'm his maid.
Things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense. Alright then, how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Gary Depp's house?
I would never presume to know all of the books you keep, sir.
Objection!
This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say. You implicate this hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her. Besmirch? I think that's how you say that. Besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable. This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Gary Depp's house.
Good lord, what sort of incident, Council?
A fire, my lord. Alright, to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. Whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bloody thing. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. Bloody furniture started going up as well. It is, I lost my favorite. My favorite book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride.
Why, yo, that's the very same title that's the subject of this debate. Tell me,
Objection!
Is this reasonable? All you've told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in a fire. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime. Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Without going into details, it appears that Miss Garideb was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Garideb even amid the flames.
Oh, how awful. I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love. Can you really?
Absolutely not, sir. My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir. She's been like choking you the entire trial, my friend. I don't know my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Oof, up in smoke. And the wife started hurling things at me. There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire, incendiary books incoming 10 to the dozen.
the man had his back up against the window, and he had burning books thrown at him. Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book that was thrown through a window landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime?
Objection!
No. Thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident. There is no report of the Garideb's window pane being broken. That's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Garideb household. But is it not conceivable that the window was open at the time? Not even remotely. Let's not forget the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. Ah!
Does the events postulate this scenario in all seriousness, Council? Do you earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garideb's wife?
I believe it's a possibility, my lord. That's quite enough.
Well, I hope that the rule can see you for what you are now. You little foreign trickster. You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward.
Really?
Maybe the little tips set the whole neighborhood alight. Honestly. You plan that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? Nothing to do with this beastly case, not of any fate. What you've done is sully your family's name.
No, I assure you that was never my intention.
Throwing an upstanding citizen's name to the mud simply to divert the attention from your failing defense. I should box your ears, that's what I should. It is utterly unforgivable.
You're right. Here we go again. How long have we sat here now, listening to this Nipponese spouting of his fancy foreign theories? But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache. And he ran away from the scene too.
I declare you're right.
It's true.
Yes, what did I tell you?
Makes sense to me.
Sorry, what's that?
That's me. The old guy is me.
Well, it appears that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van Six?
In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then, one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage.
No, wait. The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been...
Bro. If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time.
What?
No, forgive the discourtesy this time?
In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will not state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
Oh no.
Thank you for that unambiguous response.
That's twice now. It's over.
Mr. Nergodo, don't give up.
Miss Susato?
Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet.
You're not suggesting...
Of course, the defense has the right to announce to another summation examination at this point. You could still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance.
My lord, the defense asks to exercise its right to a summation examination. You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve? I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. There's no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. We continue.
Ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum.
I have considered the defense counsel's request for a further summation examination of the jury.
Hey, Leia, welcome in. Hello again. Hello. Welcome back. How are you doing?
And I have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial right to the procedure. So, counsel, you will now proceed with your second summation examination. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman.
We are, my lord.
Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime.
I'm going to put you up to speed, Leia. Okay, so we found out that there were 4 books. Oh wait, no. Hold up. There were like 4 books, and this is one of them. Well, this is like the 4th one. And as you can see, it's burned. And that's because we believe that this is the book that Mr. Gary Depp from the landlord had burned on the very same day, at the very same time. But the juries don't want to believe that, so they're just going for guilty. And here we are. The accused left behind evidence at the scene. None of those 3 books. If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider. Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime if the window was closed, can it? Dear me, it was only a little book. Hardly life-threatening, even when a direct hit. Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tiny bit of trouble. Yeah, damn euros. Come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. It gave me the sneezes.
Yes, considerably more tangible arguments from all members of the jury this time around, it seems. With one notable exception, of course.
My learned student friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony. So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene. And moreover, no one else was even at the scene to commit the crime.
Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. I fail to see how it can be argued any other way.
That means I'm afraid that during this summation examination, it's essential that you study some other tangible explanation for the facts.
But how?
What even constitute a tangible explanation here?
Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman and how? Those two details are all you need to provide. Simply gives us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted.
There I was thinking this might be hard. But Mr. Naruhodo, have to do it. Otherwise this really will be where the trial ends.
No pressure then.
That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. I presume you're prepared, counsel.
Oh, yes, my lord. Alright, Ryunosuke. Focus your mind now. Pam pam. Clearly, the key to this summation examination. Going to be juror number 4, the maid. Or should I say, Miss Garrison.
We have a book that disappeared from the Garrida's house on the evening of the incident. And the fourth book found in the victim's hand.
Must be a way to link the two. Yes, that's what we have to find. Using every technique I've learned in my short career, but whatever it takes. I'll drink to that.
Don't forget to keep an eye on Miss Garrida and how she reacts, even to the things other people say.
Alright then. Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. Yes, the game that as a lawyer, not also you need to prove your client not guilty, but also find the culprit. Yeah, that's like the dystopian that we're living in.
Hold it!
But as we now know, there were 4 books, not 3. What difference does it make? I'm going to skip on the voices for this section because we're going to be talking a lot. And my throat is like not go. It cannot do anymore like right now. Well, what difference does it make? There's every possibility that the 4th book, in fact, belongs to the defendant's landlord. Yes, that's the part I have a problem with. Sorry? Well, at the point the woman was stabbed, his landlord fellow was at home, wasn't he? Enjoying a fiery scrap with his wife or something. That's not exactly how I put it now. Well, anyway. Oh, the pipe. I'm like very sleepy. Sorry. The point is, the fellow and his wife were somewhere else when it happened.
I think that's what you call a strong alibi.
You couldn't have been the landlord who did it. Only leaves the Nipponese fellow. Honestly, I can see what all this palaver is about. It's a done deal, isn't it? Was it is, since I've nothing witty left to say.
Hold it!
So, you might be willing to change your decision, you mean? Oh my, that's the light on your face, but I'm afraid I shan't be swayed by emotion. That's what you may think of me. I am a very modern, metropolitan, and rational woman. That's great. Thank you so much. One reason morning papers is all forgotten by tea time, isn't it? So why read them in the first place? You see? Modern, metropolitan, and rational thinking. Will you... I think that not learning information is okay, and not at all extreme. The state, an overwhelmingly suspicious Japanese man, has been implicated by overwhelmingly strong testimony. Despite one or two minor postulates, I do declare the man is overwhelmingly guilty. But that's a stretch. Modern, metropolitan, and rational logic. When you say? Overwhelmingly. Okay. Us modern girls are always delighted to embrace new fads, you know. I'd be only too happy to consider an exciting new theory if you could come up with one. I'd be happy to do that too. If only I could. Let's do our very best not to disappoint the modern and metropolitan young lady. Right. I'm glad you omitted rational there. Even if Mama was throwing books, it can't be related to describing the window was closed, can it? Oh wait, I skipped, sorry.
Hold it!
The Euro system is crap. You said it, not me. But what about the possibility that the window was open? What about it? I mean, there's just no way it could have been. How can you be so sure? The prosecutor fellow over there said it earlier, didn't he? Winters in London are no joke. You don't want to invite that sort of cold indoors. No, that window wasn't open. Us Londoners like sitting by the fire and staying warm, you see. But you couldn't categorically state that the window wasn't open, could you? It just wasn't. They wouldn't have opened it. Then what's the point of even having windows, huh? Counsel, you will kindly refrain from childish bickering. Sorry. Somehow, I need to show that there's an undeniable possibility that the window was open. Because this young man isn't going to budge otherwise. Oh wait.
Hold it!
But the little book was on fire at the time, was it not? With flames of love, I'll have you know. There's really no such thing as a loving incendiary bomb. To bright among himself, it's playing with fire to betray a fiery love. Indeed, well, don't you agree? Oh, well, any kind of betrayal is certainly a bad thing, yes. But I think the argument might have arisen out of your misunderstanding, Miss Garrigan. Never you mind that. The point is, we're just having a jovial little dispute, nothing more. I won't have any more of these suggestions that it wasn't anything whatsoever to do with this case. Right, well, we'll see about that. But what about Euro number 5? He seems to be turning a hair at Miss Garrigan's relentless onslaughts.
Almost as though he's used to it. What a gentle soul he is.
Hold it!
Just want to get this over with?
Can you sit there and say something like that?
A man's future is at stake here. Well, he and me both then, like I said before. What? I told you already. I'm a day laborer, aren't I? I don't bring home some readies with me tonight. You will find me floating face down in the Thames tomorrow morning. What? You heard me. My mistress doesn't want to mess about, you know. She can be fierce, believe you me. Another shining example of marital bliss then. A situation like this cropped up the other day. It was, well, you know, it's funny, but I can't quite remember. Sorry? I was too frightening, that's the thing. I must have blocked it out. Helpful.
I wonder if Mr. Beat will ever be dragged into the Thames by his scarf.
Don't even go there, Miss Soto. Must be some way to jog his memory about this. Think of it without fire at home while you gave me the sneezes.
Hold it!
Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case? Sorry, what's that? You'll have to speak up, lad.
Could you tell us more about that fire? Last winter, my grandchildren baked me a lovely cake on my birthday. Had 75 candles on top, it did. It was like to behold it was. You put candles on a cake? Was it some kind of devil worship? Of course not, it was an angel cake. To celebrate my birthday, obviously.
Yes, that's a common custom here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruhodo.
Way I mastered on my puff to blow them out. Only I must have blown wrong somehow. The flames didn't go out, but the candles went flying all over the room. The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke. Definitely sounds like devil worship to me. And by the sneezes, I presume you mean a cold. But how did you catch a cold from a fire? What a fiasco it was. The grandchildren, bless them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flames. Cake thing is too funny to me. Oh god, why is funny to you, La Yaya? Why is it funny? Because someone almost died in a fire? Or because you just imagine 75 little candles all lined up perfectly? And then, because the whole room had filled up with smoke, of course, we had to open all the windows to clear it. The windows. The biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave it did. I caught a terrible cold from it. It brought me in hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry. I knew it was devil worshipping all along. Something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason. Ryuno thinks that it's to worship the devil. Yeah, that's amazing.
I need to demonstrate who, apart from Mr. Natsume, could have attacked the young woman on the street. As well as how he or she could have done it, or they. I don't judge.
Yes, but once again, your statements are full of personal prejudice. Both of them seem convinced that they're right, even in the face of logical arguments to the contrary.
I think you're going to need to pit them against each other to force them to accept an alternative explanation.
Yes. I don't necessarily need to find contradiction between their assertions. Just a connection might do the trick. Alright, let's see what I can do. If anything stands out, I'll go in first.
That's the spirit.
Okay, so...
Objection!
These two Eurosas statements clearly contradict one another. They do? How exactly, Council?
Don't point at me again. I told you it wasn't me.
What's that you say? Just pick up, lads, pick up. Juror number 3, do you see?
Oh, may see what, sir?
Did you hear juror number 6's account of his birthday celebrations last year? It seems, despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter.
Well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency.
I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from a fire, then you'd be mad not to open the...
Oh!
Exactly. The day in question, the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Garrideb household. And Mr. Garrideb had the following thing to say about it. The whole place filled with smoke.
Oh my!
Oh my god!
Excuse me!
Juror number 4, do you have something to say about that? Intense tea time. Miss Garrideb!
Oh dear me! In the middle of this? How does you imply that I'm hiding who I really am?
It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. Oh please, it's time to drop the pretense now.
Oh, what is it?
The fire started in your house that day. Did you or your husband open the window?
Oh, I beg your pardon. What are you insinuating?
The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase caught fire as they did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window.
And what if we did? Oh,
You're right then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window. Which can't have been easy since I continued to give him just a justly deserved book battering. Even though your house was on fire? Oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nurse to do otherwise. Of course. I should have realized.
That's a significant step forward, Mr. Naruto. You've managed to establish that the window was open. You simply must have that added to Mr. Garrideb's formal statement.
Now you mention it, yes, the window was open at the time. I had clean forgotten, but it's true.
Hold it!
The fourth book found at the scene of the crime showed very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. Same title in fact, the book that Mr. Garrideb told us he had been reading.
Well, I really couldn't say.
On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband a copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading?
I did. It was the first thing I could lay my hands on. I hurled it straight at him. Now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying reading it, you're right.
Why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset?
Because I wouldn't. I couldn't, you insolent little man. I didn't remember. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on as well, you know.
I really don't. Oh, poor Ryunosuke.
Oh boy.
I barely noticed I was reading a book, much less the title of it.
Excuse me.
What is it? Juror number 5. You know something? I remember what it was. That memory I had blocked out. Ah. I was listening to what this granny was saying. Brought it all flooding back. Oh.
What are you calling a granny, you cheeky devil? I'm Miss Garrideb or the maid, I'll have you know.
Man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's used to being hit all the time. It was about 2 weeks ago now. I had just got back home after work like. I put my hand in my pocket for the wages I had just earned for that day. And I nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out. Oh dear, what a disaster. You haven't heard the half of it, boy. Oh? The wife was cutting up some chicken at the time. I could hardly get the words out, but I told her straight. I've lost the day's wages, love.
Next thing I knew, Dave was whistling past my ear. Rocking to the wall next to me it did. What an inch deep.
No words. Just terror. I could smell it then, that god-awful stench of the thing. I was sure I was going to end up face down in the muddy bunks that night, I can tell you. Now, that's a real disaster, isn't it?
I'll never use the word lightly again.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When women lose their rag, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it.
Mr. Naruto,
You mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined. No, I wasn't thinking that.
throwing household objects at people is... well, it's so uncivilized.
So my initial idea 2 months ago was that someone had thrown the knife from either behind or from one of the windows. So...
At least attack with honor. Think about or the like.
what? Attack?
Who are you going to attack?
Never mind. Anyway, this man's words could be rather significant, I think.
Alright, I'll come back to the bow and arrow thing later, if I dare. I'm gonna race with her almost anything I do.
Hold it!
The wife really threw a kitchen knife at you?
That's right. There was to be made with it. That idea, it's believe me. Still, it's all memories, isn't it? It started with that smile she threw me when we were courting. Since then, the list of things she's thrown at me has grown along with our relationship. My dude, are you like, okay, a cup, then a glass, then a pot, a kettle, a chair, a wardrobe, a cooker, a bathtub? Your wife must be even beefier than you. Good for you. Things came to a head last week when she threw me. Right into the things. Still, she's not so bad when she's calmed down. She's a little sweetheart, really. I'm so happy for you. Hey. If you want to know what I think this whole idea of ladies first that we're so obsessed with in this country was thought up by some clever lads who have been tossing the things a few too many times for their wives. That's a very interesting theory.
What a terrible thought.
On the face of it, is your statement that sounds like a really extreme anecdote. I think it might turn out to be an extremely powerful weapon. A weapon I might be able to use to make the jurors accept an alternative explanation here. Okay, here we go. We're going to pit you against her.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly have a deeply significant connection. Good grief! You mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, counsel, at once! Juror number 2. Do you think perhaps that this could be one such novel alternative? Oh my, what do you mean? An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back. What are you talking about? We've demonstrated that the fourth book, The Lion's Pride, that was found at the scene of the crime, originated in Mr. Garrideb's room on the top floor of his house. Therefore, it is equally possible that some other object besides the book could have found its way from the Garrideb household to the street below. What's that now? After all, Miss Garrideb could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Isn't that right, juror number 4? Where are you generating now, you little beanpole? Is beanpole an insult, really? I begin to think that ever since the true origins of this book came to light, perhaps she's had a feeling that this might be what happened. Listen here, you Eastern Gala. The foreman of this jury, I demand a straight answer. You got this yarn about some other object making its way out of the house. But what? What was it? I'm really taking a big gamble here. It was a bold accusation to make, but I haven't any real evidence to back it up. Oh, I'm certain. At the very least, this warrants further investigation. Alright, Mr. Foreman. I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The other object that found its way from the Garrideb household to the scene of the crime was the jackknife.
Take that!
You're number 4, Miss Garrideb. Whoa! What now? I must apologize in advance for this. But I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before? Oh. Good Lord, Counsel, what on earth are you doing? It's the weapon that was lost into the victim's back, man. Man, dude, what are you doing? My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb were in the throes of an argument. Miss Garrideb was hurling anything she could at her husband, who had been backed up against the window. A window that had been opened to clear the smoke. Ooh! Sorry. And through which a book sailed to land at the crime scene. You can't seriously believe that. The book was found in the victim's grasp. Are you saying that you flew out the window and across the street to land neatly in her hand? Oh, even my missus hasn't got a name like that. Yes, I admit, there are many details we don't yet understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why. We must not allow this trial to end. Not right now.
Oh my.
Oh. Miss Garrider, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not?
Whoa.
Oh. Oh no. Chad, we just killed someone, my lord.
My lord, I wish to change my decision. I'm a woman of my word after all.
Thank you, madam. Yes, I agree. Certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for this trial to come to an end now, with so many unanswered questions. Mr. Fortman? I'll have to agree. Not that I think the granny did it mind.
Yes, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this at the moment either.
All together now, ladies and gents.
We did it. We did it. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh. Okay.
No, as a result of the defense's summation examination, a number of jurors' leanings have changed. 2 jurors called guilty against 4 now calling innocent. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is divided.
You did it, lad! You did it! We did it. We did it, Chad.
And this trial will continue. Now then, Lord Van Six, how does the prosecution wish to proceed?
Fuck all of you. This trial is rapidly descending into a farce. Glue glue. Like a cork of wine, first few sips are bitter enough. But what follows is so repugnant. It's good for nothing save the gutter. If I may, Lord Van Six. The defense has just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what happened. Credible? Is that your considered opinion, Mr. Foreman? The defense's argument is a joke to which I barely know how to respond. But let me start by insisting. You must all familiarize yourselves better with the relative positions of those places being discussed. How many bottles has he yeeted? No, the true question is, how many bottles has he opened to yeet so many chalices? Like this man has to be drunk by this point. What do you mean by that? What is his angle this time? It should already be more than apparent. Between the crime scene and the Garridev household runs a rather wide street, Briar Road. Which means that the distance from the Garridev's house to the scene is some, yes, 15 yards.
Let me see. 15 yards. That's around 14 meters.
14 meters? Oh, that's a little further than I had imagined. The funny part is that he hardly ever takes a sip. Yeah, that's right. He just fills it up, then throws it away. This is like one of the few times where he actually took a sip. And, as you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightly noted as having portentous significance, the fourth book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, a smoldering book, wantonly hurled by the lady of the house, traveled some 15 yards to land on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed victim's fingers and thumb. Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? Did the jackknife follow a near identical trajectory, plunge into the middle of the victim's back. Only pour it and 3 Doritos después hit the chalice. Yeah, exactly. 3 Doritos después. This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of having a bad day for the victim, I think. Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plot. Ah! No. Nothing I can say to that.
That persecutor loves the sound of his own voice. It's Susato. Serialized detective stories are pathetic, are they? How dare he?
Maybe let's pick our battles here.
My lord, might I be allowed to speak?
As judicial assistant, you may speak for the defense, yes. Go ahead.
The prosecution may consider the idea a fantasy. But what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning. As such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as thoroughly as possible. To that end, Juror number 4, Miss Joan Garideb, must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination.
Saints alive! A cross-examination of a juror?
Ooh.
Order! 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 Well, this is highly irregular. It is unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned to the witness stand.
Objection!
Japan 6 theme is... Oh. He just hit the bottle. He... he just said, nope, fuck this. I'm out. And unnecessary.
Lord Van 6!
There are already witnesses in the stand whose testimony the defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend's farcical theory has any truth to it, then both a burning book and a jackknife must have flown through the window before this couple's eyes. We must assume that they would be able to testify accordingly.
What say you, witnesses?
Yes, sir. First of all, Rolly Beat, reporting for duty, sir.
Well, good morning, officer.
Sorry for dozing off until now, sir. I haven't slept for a month.
For a month?
On account of villains who appear on my beat, sir. Oh, they are so heroic, these London bobbies. Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you, but no more. Oh, Rolly, my hero, you make me soon.
Very well. I hereby reject the defense's request.
Oh,
And order the witnesses in the stand to testify again. State forthwith before the court any details pertaining to the defense's alternative explanation of events.
yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to save here. And we're going to close stream for today. Ba-dum-bum. Oh, it from I forgot that it tells you to save again. Oof, but yeah, that was the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles for today. That was very fun. Thank you everyone for coming along. I'm going to do a little quick switcheroo here. I'm going to do a little shoutouts first before going to, you know, hold up. I'm going to like, wait, no, I want to play again. I just want to, there we go, put on some light music. And let's see. We're going to shout out the ones who were here. So shoutouts to Q was here. Yeah, Q. Okay, so the link didn't follow,
Yeah,
but
fine with it, so that.
doesn't really matter.
Are you not going to go inside? I hope you go inside. Oh, you're not looking in.
Oh, this
Why
clip.
are you behind?
This clip is like amazing.
What is he doing? He can't even. He's got his eyes closed. Why are you screaming at a sink? Why is he doing that?
Amazing.
He doesn't even know. He can't even see it. His eyes are closed.
And shoutouts to Empirical Woodland, who was here earlier, and it was his birthday. So again,
Dance to the bell.
I don't know if you're here, but happy birthday, Empirical Woodland. I hope it was a good day for you. And last but not least, shoutouts to Label. Thank you for the sub, and thank you for being here as always.
Comes in.
And again, thank you for Blue Parrot and Laya for coming along. And yeah, it was like a lovely stream today, everyone. I want to continue doing streams. Probably I'm here and thanks. Yeah, no worries, Empirical Woodland. But yeah, I want to continue doing streams. Well, that was a very short clip. I want to try to do streams one every Saturday at least at around this time. Of course, if I can't, I will let you know in the Discord. But yeah, let's see if we can raid someone tonight. Oh, so Raid is playing Final Fantasy XIV with AOHL, so we're going to go do that. I don't know why the links didn't work out. Like, it only did the clips. But please, everyone, go follow these amazing people. And remember that I am also a part of a Twitch team called The People. It doesn't work. Why is my bot not working? I'm going to have to check Nightwatch for that. But yeah, we're going to raid into Rage Queue. And thank you everyone for coming along. It's been a lovely stream. And let's see, initiate raid. Okay, let's go. And I will be seeing you all probably next week, or if everything goes well, or maybe earlier, who knows. Alright, bye.